This video and every other video on this channel is brought to you by our channel members. Join today for early access, bonus content, and more. Hey LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw. We are on the road to Armageddon, just 2.5 weeks away, folks. This is officially the week that puts us halfway through Season 7. It is week 27 of the season. We are at the halfway point. Remember, the season ends on July 18th, July 19th with a big season finale weekend as the WWE Women's World Champ Jordynne Grace ready for action. She has been an incredibly fighting champion here on Raw since she won that title back at WrestleMania. And she takes on an old TNA rival of hers here tonight as she finds herself going one-on-one with Mickie James, with her husband Nick Aldis by her side. So, Mickie James makes her way down to the ring, former women's champion in her own right, one of the all-time greats in women's wrestling. Hardcore country herself. Any further ado, Mickie James going for a drop kick. Grace sidestepping now. They lock up here. No. Taking around, has the back here. Mickie James has Jordynne Grace here. Mickie James taking the champion down, has her in a chin lock now. Mickie James. Oh, Jordynne Grace getting back up to her feet here. Jordynne Grace into a chin lock of her own on Mickie. Mickie James now. Grace now, Mickie James. Pulls her in and taking out the legs of Jordynne Grace. Lock right back up now, and Jordynne Grace with Mickie James. Going back around now, has the arm here, Mickie James. Back around on the champion here, kips back up. Mickie James floats through, goes around, has the arm. Mickie has got Jordynne now, Mickie James with Jordynne Grace. Bringing it back around, though, is the champion here, Jordynne Grace. Trying to stay in it now, goes back around, has the champion by the head. Chin lock in on the champ here, and Jordynne Grace. Mickie James off the ropes into Spine Buster. Stacking her up into the cover for the 1, 2. I don't know what the referee was hesitating on there. That could have been it. Kick there now. Jordynne Grace drops the elbow on Mickie. Grace has got her down now, picking Mickie James back up to her feet here. Jordynne Grace slapping her. Slap there, knocking her back, hitting the ropes here. Big drop kick into the legs. Mickie James now telling her to get back up to her feet. Jordynne Grace. Caught here, Mickie James. Back around now on the arm of Jordynne Grace here. Mickie James with the arm. Jordynne Grace. Get back around now. Jordynne Grace. James swinging it back around now. Has the arm. Jordynne Grace in some trouble here. Mickie James. Back on the arm, pushing her down to a knee here, and Jordynne Grace is down. James. Take down the Women's World Champion, and she dies. Got her down now, Mickie James. Picking her back up to her feet now, Mickie James. Jordynne Grace puts her in the corner into a clothesline. Elbow strike. And snapmare taking her down. Axe handle, nobody home. Legs now is Jordynne Grace. Now Jordynne picking her back up to her feet here. Jordynne Grace. The slap. Mickie James answers back. Jordynne slapping Mickie there. James chops her back. Back and forth we're going here. Chopping the hell out of one another are Jordynne and Mickie now. It's Jordynne Grace. Another chop. Mickie James. Back. Jordynne Grace. Chop. Mickie. Picking her back. Jordynne Grace. Got her with that clothesline on the rebound. Picking her back up to her feet now. And Jordynne Grace hits the big clothesline again, taking her down. Mickie James back to her feet now. Jordynne Grace with a slap. Firing away at Mickie James here. And Mickie James. Mick kick connecting. Taking down the champion. Recover now on Jordynne Grace here for the 1, 2. Kick out from Jordynne. James now telling Jordynne Grace to get back up to her feet here. Mickie James. Looking for the Mick DT. Jordynne Grace countering now. Jordynne Grace across the ring. Caught by the referee. Jordynne Grace taking down Mickie James though. Grabbing her back up to her feet here. Jordynne Grace with Mickie James to the corner. Throws her up on the top rope now, and Grace looking for... Go. Shades of Samoa. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. Mickie James getting the shoulders up. Grace getting her back up to her feet. Goes for a big slap. Mickie James kicks out the leg now. Mickie James. Jordynne Grace over the top rope now. Mickie James. The hold of her. Right hook connects. And drop kick. Taking her down to the floor. And down in the ground and pound here is Mickie. Like there, Mickie James has got Jordynne Grace down. There from Jordynne. Grace now throwing Mickie James back into the ring. Now grabs a hold of her, scoops her up on her shoulders. Death Valley driver connecting into a cover for the 1. Kick out from Mickie. Grace kicking away at her now. Double axe handle, taking her off her feet here. Jordynne Grace getting her back up to her feet now. Jordynne, arm strike there, knocking her back into a slap. James grabs her though. Mickie rolling the champ through into a cover now. Mickie James, 1, 2. Jordynne Grace rolls her back through here. 1, 2. Oh, nearly gets her for the 3. Grace. James finally kicking back through now. James is for the kick. Again, Jordynne Grace catches her though. 4. Juggernaut driver. Into the cover now. Jordynne Grace. 1, 2, 3. Jordynne Grace picking up the win over Mickie James tonight. The Juggernaut picking up the win here. Women's World Champ with another massive win here tonight on Raw. Well, wait a minute. Where's the Women's Tag Team Champions? Blake Monroe and Tiffany Stratton. What the hell are they doing out here? What the hell is their problem with Jordynne Grace? As Blake scooping her up, taking her down, and Tiffany, prettiest moonsault ever.
Hey, Jordynne. Thought you'd want a closer look at your next challenger, see? One half of the tag team champs came to me earlier with an idea, and she had a really good idea. But I realized her tag partner had a little bit better of a resume. So, say hello to your next challenger for Armageddon, Tiffany Stratton.
Whoa, huge match made there for Armageddon, but Blake Monroe, you can't see her in the ring right now on your screen, but Blake Monroe does not look happy. You know what me and my new best friends, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, think? It's funny around here on Raw. By the way, Kof, loving the new beard. Woods, loving the new hair. Loving the new gear, boys. But you know what the three of us have been thinking lately? Actually, Woods, why don't you tell him? Yeah, what Big Ego was gonna say is what we find really funny is that ever since the New Day has come together, your boys, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the new and improved Big E Go, and our president of the New Day, Chelsea Green, since the four of us have come together, we have been practically unstoppable. And what does that no good former New Day member Big E do to us? Does he give us a world title match? No. Does he give us a fair and respectable tag team title match? No. Does he give Big Ego the title matches he deserves, having been the greatest North American champion of all time and the breakout leader of the training faction that was the Great Vanguard? It wasn't all that great. Don't sell yourself short, Ego. No. What does he do is he throws us in a multi-man match and bans Big Ego and our president, Miss Green, from ringside. And we get screwed over by the Tongans. Does anyone realize they're not even related to the bloodline? Yeah, I thought you had to be related to the bloodline to get opportunities around here. If you claim that you're part of that family. Well, look, here's the thing. We took a DNA test. Turns out that we might be 14th cousins thrice removed from the Anoa'i family. So where's our title match? Exactly. So, we're going to go right past our worthless general manager. We're going to go right to the head of the snakes. Wyatt Six. We know y'all have got a match coming up with the Rascals. But we'll tell you what. You boys, the New Day, we're coming for the winners. We want that gold. And we will see the winners at Armageddon. All right, folks, we got some more singles action coming up next here on Raw. There's a lot of history in this one as here comes Tommaso Ciampa to the ring. Ciampa making his way down to the ring, the Blackheart, ready for some action here tonight. For multi-time world champion, has held pretty much every title there is to hold here in WWE and LS11 universe. Question is, what else is there for him to do here in WWE and the LS11 universe? Ciampa making his way down to the ring, part of the Knights of the Round Table, alongside Obafemi. So, Ciampa tonight takes on a man that recently had some issues with his buddy Obafemi in the Knights of the Round Table. Guy that stepped up to Oba last week on Raw and said he was coming for the Intercontinental title. And the man that Tommaso Ciampa actually beat to win his first world title in LS11 Universe. Here comes Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre making his way down to the ring. Looking to redeem himself after a loss in the 8-for-1 match. Now tonight, Looking to get himself back on track for gold is the 3-time world champion. Drew has held pretty much every title there is to hold here in LS11 Universe in the WWE as well. As he looks to break the dreams of Tommaso Ciampa tonight. It's the first time these two have had a singles match against one another in God knows how long. I think since Season 2. I think it has been 5 years since their last showdown. They lock up here. Ciampa's got Drew now, goes around the waist. Drew McIntyre now. Oh, Snapmare takes him down to a chin lock now. So Ciampa trying to fight back here. Tommaso. Back around, wrenching back on the arm of Drew McIntyre now. Drew McIntyre. Answer back here. Drew. Back around, chin lock in on Ciampa. Tommaso sending him off the ropes into big hip toss there. Takes him down, goes for the elbow. Drew McIntyre into a big clothesline, taking Ciampa down. Well, Drew coming off his ropes now, but a kick there from Tommaso. Ciampa with a right hook now. Tommaso Ciampa, here we go. Scoops Drew up into a massive slam there from Ciampa. Ciampa going down now into ground and pound on him. Clothesline now. Drew has got him down here. Drew McIntyre grabbing onto Ciampa. Gut wrench. Powerbomb. Taking him off his feet. Back to his feet now. And Drew McIntyre has Ciampa. And overhead belly to belly. Taking him down. Ciampa now caught by Drew here. And Drew McIntyre off the ropes here. Goes for the elbow. Ciampa into the face there. Down goes Drew. Drew McIntyre goes for him. Drop toe hold there from Ciampa, though. Ciampa getting him back up to his feet now. And Tommaso Ciampa with Drew. Top rope now. Drew McIntyre shoved back down by shoving Ciampa back down now. And Drew puts him up into air raid crash. Takes him off his feet. Now Ciampa punch to the back of Drew McIntyre. Goes for the clothesline. Drew sidesteps. McIntyre now has a hold of him here, and Drew McIntyre launches him into the corner. Big diving headbutt there. Drew ahead there from Ciampa now. Tommaso Ciampa. Hard hitting as ever between these two tonight. Knee strike there from Ciampa. Drew drop to hold again. Ciampa. That's one thing with Ciampa against Drew is he's always known how to outsmart the Scottish Warrior. He knows that Drew is bigger than him, but Drew answering back with a clothesline. Kick to the midsection there now from Ciampa here, and Tommaso Ciampa. Drew in now for Hangman facebuster there to Drew. Into a cover now. Ciampa cover. Kick out from McIntyre. Ciampa throws the shot here. Drew answers back with a chop. Ciampa and McIntyre going back and forth here. Shots back and forth between the two. Both men have held the World Heavyweight title in the past. Both men have main evented WrestleMania in the past here in LS11 Universe. Drew and Ciampa here. Getting ready to throw some big strikes at one another. Who's going to get the better of this exchange? Oh, it's a stalemate. But Drew is just a little bit quicker on the draw on the rebound. Ciampa, though, goes for that big clothesline. Drew from behind. Drew McIntyre. German suplex. Taking down Ciampa. Ciampa slapping Drew. Ciampa gets slapped in the face, though. Drew McIntyre now. Ciampa in. Lifts him up. Throwing him down. Kicking him down here is Drew McIntyre, rather. Ciampa rolls out of the way now, and Ciampa bringing the knees in the midsection, repeatedly taking down Drew. Got him down now. Ciampa going down, ground and pound on McIntyre. Now Ciampa going for the clothesline. Two, jumping neck breaker, taking him down. Down here now, Ciampa Grabbed here by Drew. Drew getting him up. Powerbomb! Now Drew. Ciampa in the corner now. Drew, no. It'd be a huge upset here for Ciampa tonight. It's crazy to think of someone being an upset for Ciampa nowadays. But he's had a very off few seasons now in LS11 Universe. As he goes to that big knee strike, Drew out of the way. Into the Glasgow Kiss. Drew McIntyre taking down Tommaso Ciampa and talking some smack to him while he's at it now. And Drew McIntyre now looking to finish off Ciampa with win for Claymore. Ciampa out of the way now. And Tommaso win that Claymore back at Payback Season 2, or Backlash Season 2. That's what led to him being able to beat Drew for the World Heavyweight title all those years ago. As he follows through into, going for fairy tale ending, Drew McIntyre. Back body drop. Come in now. Ciampa is up and down. Drew out of the way now. Drew McIntyre has Ciampa into that big jumping neck breaker there. Takes him down. Ciampa's got him now back to his feet here. Tommaso Ciampa. Corner now. Ciampa up on the top rope now. Drew. Here we go. Has Ciampa up top. Right hook connecting. McIntyre up high with him. Into superplex on Ciampa. Drew kicking him in the head. And again. Oh, imagine a bust Ciampa open now is Drew. Ciampa's gotten picked back up to his feet here. McIntyre going for a big boot. Drew taken down now. Ciampa into a cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Drew McIntyre. But now taken down. And now Drew, wait a minute. Claymore! McIntyre nailing Ciampa with the Claymore. And follows through with a second one for good measure. Into the cover now on Tommaso. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, Drew McIntyre picking up the win. McIntyre knocking off Ciampa tonight. So, Drew McIntyre knocking off Ciampa tonight, finally putting him down. Oh boy. Drew McIntyre. You may have finally redeemed yourself against the Blackheart, but I assure you, you will not be coming out and defeating me for the Intercontinental Championship. That's what they all say before I kick them in the face and take the titles. You're a strong competitor. You're going to be a world champion one day, I'm sure. But not until I've decided I'm done. I understand that you are formidable. I understand what you bring to the table, Drew McIntyre. I understand that you are a former multi-time WrestleMania main eventer. You are a multi-time world champion, but you are simply the next stepping stone on my path to greatness. And you are simply just another young kid for me to kick in the face. I think maybe one day you could go down as the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, but that's if you hadn't decided to step in my way. Alright, hold on, let me talk to you. I don't know whether you're swinging them or stroking them for one another right now. But let me tell you. Drew, you and I ain't done. Oba, you and I ain't even met, but I can already tell you, we got some business. Because right now, you are holding on to something that I very much want. But see, gentlemen, there is one thing I have not held in my entire time here in WWE. I walked in, and I won the U.S. title faster than you, or you, won championships following your debut. I won the belt on my first night in. I was at the first WrestleMania after my debut. Neither of you can say the same thing. I won tag team titles with John Cena. I cashed in Money in the Bank on the Beast Brock Lesnar. But now, there's one thing I ain't held, and that is that Intercontinental Championship. And so, Drew, if you're going to step up to this big man right here and try and take him down for the Intercontinental title and thinking you're done with me, then no! And Oba, if you think you're going to step between me and Drew McIntyre when our business isn't finished, nah. Because there's only one man whose game it is around here. Only one man destined to win the Intercontinental Championship with everybody saying... Clearly I didn't kick your head off hard enough. Back in Australia. You're a bold man to step up, Mr. Knight. I am a fighting champion, however. I will see you both at Armageddon. It will be my pleasure to defeat two former world champions at the same time. Hi, John. What? Got a message for you. Switchblade says he's got 2 jobs for you tonight, as per our agreement. Fine. What are those 2 jobs? You're gonna go out to the ring, and you're gonna handle that little pain-up freak Danhausen, one-on-one, finishing the job that you should have finished last week. And then, you're gonna say his name, and you're gonna make all of our problems disappear. That's what Switchblade says. Yeah, I kind of figured that's what Switchblade says. Who do you think you are talking to me like that? The greatest of all time. I'm the unseen 18. I'm John Cena. Yeah, and you're just the Bullet Club's bitch right now, and you know it. You wouldn't have this world title match at Armageddon if you hadn't asked us to get it for you. Because we all know you tapped out like a bitch at SummerSlam, and they weren't going to give you a rematch because you're heading out in a few months anyway. You gotta do what Switchblade says. Understood? Alright, folks, we got some tag team action coming up next. And look who bothered to show up to work this week. What up, side quest Mike? Miz making his way to the ring. The quote-unquote A-lister. Former multi-time tag team champion. As Miz has made his way down to the ring. Teaming up tonight. Welcome back. Omos. making his way to the ring. The 7'4" Nigerian giant making his way down to the ring. So, Omos and Miz back in action here tonight. And they are taking on the Usos. Jimmy and Jay making their way to the ring. The Usos. We're on the hunt to figure out who are going to be the next challengers to the GOD, to the Gorillas of Destiny for Armageddon. So the Usos in action tonight. Let's do this. Here we go. Jay kicking SideQuest Mike in the face. If you don't know why I've been calling him SideQuest Mike, by the way, Miz has been pretty much everywhere but his own job. Miz has been pretty much anywhere but his actual job this season. He's been in TNA. He's been pretty much everywhere this season. And into a crossbody. Is taking down Jey Uso. I didn't think I'd see a Miz springboard in the big 2026. Crazy to actually be saying the big 2026, eh? Miz goes up to the top rope now, and Miz off the top, going for a splash, trying to out Uso and Uso. Jay now grabbing Miz into the corner now, and Miz tag made to Jimmy. And now the Usos. Big forearm strike to Miz. Now Big Jim with the kick in the head. Jimmy Uso's got Miz now, taking him down here, and Jimmy chopping away, firing back at him now. Knocking back SideQuest Mike, who gets rolled through into the ropes now. Miz really likes it when you call him Mike, by the way. He loves it, obviously. As now, backslide here on Jimmy here. Cover, one, no. Jimmy back to his feet now, knocking back Miz. And Miz now caught by Jimmy Uso. Jimmy puts him in the corner now. Jimmy, tag made to Jay. Usos. Wiping out Miz there with a double shoulder block, snapping back his legs. Jay now picking Miz back up to his feet here, and Jay. Wait, the Miz now knocking him back here is Jay. Jay sending him off the ropes, kicks him down. Big uppercut there, knocking down Miz. Jey Uso getting him back up to his feet now, and Jay. Super kick. Back up to his feet now, and Jay. Kick the midsection now, Miz. For a kick, Jay. Swings him around, Jay. Oh, like his name is DK in the AR dub. Yeet. Taking down Miz. Miz now. Back again by Jey Uso, and Jey Uso. Big chops here. Jay. Swinging Miz around, has him up, and pumps him up in the neck breaker. Down goes Omos. Now Miz. Taken across the ring. Into the corner of the Usos. Tag made to Big Jim. Here we go. We're thinking one. And done. 1, D. 1D to side quest Mike. Into the cover for the 1, 2, 3. Just like that. The Usos with a dominant win. Welcome back, Miz. So, big win there. The Usos with the dub. Jimmy and Jay. Plenty more coming up next here on Raw. Look, I know you're worried. I saw that you guys are winning the poll for tomorrow. I know you're worried about Bullet Club. I know you're worried about getting in there with Rhea. But I'm going to tell you something. 6 or so months ago, when Pierce took you under his wing and I had to start dealing with you too, I thought, great. This little caffeined up ball of energy is going to be a real pain in my ass. And you have been. I have called you the little sister I never wanted many of times. But, Thea, you are also one of the shining lights in my life I didn't know I needed. I have found some sense of family in having you around. And if I can tap out John Cena, you can beat Rhea Ripley. So you're going to walk into Taboo Tuesday tomorrow, and you're going to give her hell. Because if anyone's beaten Rhea Ripley's ass, it's you. All right, folks. Well, in our second to last matchup of the night, this is certainly an interesting one we find ourselves in, I suppose. Is the only way I can really think to put it. Because making his way to the ring, John Cena. And folks, I don't want to draw too much attention to something that maybe I'm thinking too deeply on here, but I'm a wrestling fan. It's kind of my job to look at things too deeply, I suppose. Look at John Cena's wrist. Look at his right arm. Did a certain someone's pep talk last week start to get through to him? Remember, the European champion last week said he was going to bring out the old John Cena. And that is a lot more green than it used to be. Starting to see cracks in this facade, because let's call it what it is. This facade that has been these last several months from John Cena. And the "you need me" on his left wrist is gone as well. But he looks to take care of a problem for Bullet Club. And that problem is from someplace very far away. That problem stands over 7 feet tall and weighs over 500 pounds. He is the very nice, very evil Danhausen making his way down to the ring. Danhausen in the house. He's been a thorn in the side of Bullet Club, specifically the Silver Bullet, Buddy Murphy. And by the way, Danhausen, thanks for that. Kind of need someone to be a pain in his ass other than me. As Danhausen makes his way down to the ring. And oh my God, Cena! Cena ambushing Danhausen before the bell. John Cena. This guy is supposed to host Halloween Havoc on Saturday. John Cena. As Danhausen into the barricade. Cena dropping him. Cena going into the head of Danhausen. John Cena's got him down. I mean, what do you even do in this situation? As Cena throws him into the timekeeper area. Danhausen's got nothing in here since Cena ambushed him before the bell. Cena just beating the hell out of Danhausen. John Cena picking him back up now, and Cena into a big clothesline there. Danhausen is down. Cena going after the head again. Danhausen just... Cena's hit him so hard that almost all of his face paint's come off at this point. Oh, wait a minute. Danhausen, though. Danhausen trying to fight back here. Danhausen. No, Cena rolls through into a clothesline. Now Cena. No, Danhausen answering back. And Danhausen now. Hurricane Rana to Cena. Danhausen now dropping the leg on Cena, and Danhausen flies out onto Cena with a crossbody, and Danhausen is fighting his way back into this. Shining Wizard. As Danhausen now goes for a leg drop, Cena out of the way, and Cena drop kick to Danhausen. Now picking him back up to his feet now, and John Cena. No, Danhausen knocking him back here. Danhausen. Go again into another Shining Wizard, taking down John Cena. Danhausen's got all of them back up to his feet now, and Danhausen. The midsection here from Cena. John Cena now punches him in the midsection. Cena scoops him up, and slamming down Danhausen. Cena kicking him in the back of the head. Dropping the elbow now. Cena. Danhausen pulling himself back up to his feet here. And John Cena. Come off the ropes. Ducks him. John Cena with wicked clothesline there. Turning him inside out. Now Cena just kicking Danhausen in the head. And now running in. Whoa, Danhausen. A knee in the face again. Now Danhausen with Cena. Back to his feet here. Danhausen. Oh, Cena countering. On the shoulders here. Danhausen dropping him. Danhausen's got John Cena now. Here we go. Danhausen. Who'd have seen this coming tonight? Stop now. Snapmare to Cena. Coming off the ropes. Big drop kick there. Taking down Big Match John. Danhausen. Wait a minute. Looking for. Wait a minute. Danhausen. No. Cena. Into. Attitude adjustment. The FU from Cena. And that'll do it. Just like that, that will do it. John Cena with the win. Danhausen brought his A game tonight. We saw a whole other side of him as an actual in-ring competitor there. In the end, Cena delivering one last F you. Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Every week fails to surprise, or every week it fails to fail. Every week he finds a way to keep appearing. Joe Hendry is here once again. Cena and Hendry face to face again. John, I know I've walked out here into an ambush. So, take my one moment to say, still believe John Cena. Oh, wait a minute! Hendry! Hendry knew! But it's the numbers game again. Hikuleo and Buddy Murphy. This is what you do in the Bullet Club. You attack people from behind. You attack people at their lowest. It's okay. I know a guy that's going to knock your leader out here down a peg tomorrow. John! Switchblade says get in on this. Cena almost reluctantly here, going along with it. Cena. AA to Hendry. I already beat this John Cena. In fact, I made this John Cena give up. Find me the real John Cena before Armageddon, or I'm gonna make you tap like a little bitch again. Alright, folks, it is time for the main event. of Monday Night Raw. It is a tag team match that I know many have been waiting for, myself included. As here comes the Ring of Honor Television Champion, Nathan Frazer, to the ring. The ROH Television Champ ready for action tonight. Teaming up with a man that he betrayed 2 years ago now. So, he looks to get revenge on his former faction mates here in a moment here from the ScapeGoats. As Nathan Frazer has to team up with his former mentor. Here comes Seth Rollins to the ring. The Architect. Rollins, he had to agree with Big E that he would do this tonight in exchange for a rematch with Jon Moxley at Armageddon. As Seth Rollins teams up with Nathan Frazer tonight, neither of them seemed terribly thrilled about this idea when it was presented to them. Seth Rollins. And now, here come their opponents. Here come the remainder of the ScapeGoats. Raquel Rodriguez, the Enforcer. Scapegoat himself, Jack Perry, and the Irish Ace, JD McDonough. So, Dunna and Perry teaming up tonight. Tag team action. Let's do this. Nathan Frazer started out with Jack Perry. It's our main event. Here we go. Nathan Frazer with a drop kick to Jack Perry. Frazer putting the boots to him immediately here. Jack Perry into a Hurricane Rana though, and Perry get him down here. Jack Perry nearly going into a submission now, pulling back on Nathan Frazer. Jack Perry's got a hold of him here. Jack Perry. No, Nathan Frazer rolling it back through. Elbow drop there, knocking him down. Nathan Frazer. Back up to his feet now. Nathan chopping away at him here. Nathan Frazer. Super kick there. Oh, Jack Perry. Into a Hurricane Rana, knocking back Frazer. Frazer goes down now. Jack Perry. And then over him here, Nathan Frazer. Turned around here. Jack Perry's got hold of him here, and Perry pulls him in, slamming him down. Comes JD McDonough. JD McDonough grabs the ropes, goes for a springboard moonsault. Nathan Frazer. Out of the way here, Nathan Frazer into Bulldog. Taking down JD McDonough. Nathan Frazer chopping away at him here, knocking McDonough back. JD McDonough. Picked back by Frazer. Nathan Frazer, Enziguri. Grabs a hold of him, picking him back up to his feet now. Nathan Frazer with McDonough. Off the ropes, into a big pounce there, knocking him back. JD McDonough, though, grabs a hold of him now, taking him down. McDonough with a stomp. Frazer out of the way here, and Frazer goes for the super kick. Frazer now pulled in. JD McDonough. Back body drop there, taking him down. Stomp there from JD McDonough into a cover on Nathan Frazer here. One, kick out from Nathan. Frazer staying in it here. Frazer into a sling blade. And goes for the moonsault. Doesn't get all of it, though. Axe handle now. McDonough goes down here. Nathan Frazer getting him back up to his feet here. Nathan Frazer. Shots there now. Nathan, springboard. Moonsault got all of them on that one, though. And now this is what Nathan wants. Jack Perry, the ringleader of the group, coming in. And oh my God, he willingly took a tag. Seth Rollins is in. And Rollins, frog splash. Seth Rollins now into a cover on Jack Perry. JD McDonough making the save. And Rollins coming in to turn up the heat right now. A kick there, knocking back Jack Perry. Goes for the drop kick. Perry slapping him in the face. Jack Perry now goes and into the corner. What is Jack Perry thinking here? Jack Perry going for a big sliding shot there. Seth Rollins grabs hold of him now, and Rollins throws him across the ring into the corner. Forearm strike. Rollins coming off the ropes now. Seth Rollins, knee to the jaw of Jack Perry. Rollins getting him back up to his feet now, and Seth Rollins go off the ropes now. Jack Perry, no. Rollins into a big clothesline. Rollins now drops the elbow on him. Up in the knee into the back now. Seth Rollins taking Jack Perry to school right now. Now Seth swings him back around, kicks him in the midsection. Hook in the arms. Rollins, pedigree, taking down Jack Perry. Seth Rollins himself towards the ropes here. Rollins back to his feet now, and Seth Rollins grabbing onto Jack Perry. Rollins is on a roll right now. The corner now, and now Seth Rollins. Come around in the corner here. Rollins tying up the leg of Perry. Kicks him in the leg. Rollins now dropping Jack Perry here, and Seth Rollins. Jack Perry, hold on, he looks at Nathan. Nathan Frazer taking the shot. You gonna do this, kid? Might as well. Tag is made. Oh! And Nathan Frazer into a kick in the jaw. All right, Nate, let's wrap it up. Give him the old 1-2, all right? Oh, wait a minute. Well, there's Moxley and Rollins. Rollins leaving Frazer high and dry. Seth Rollins seeing Jon Moxley, and folks, like it's been for years, it's on sight between these two. Rollins walking out of the match to get into it with Moxley. Oh, and Frazer, oh my God! Jack Perry capitalizing. The referee was distracted by the Rollins-Moxley brawl as well. JD McDonough and Jack Perry taking down Frazer. And McDonough into a submission. And JD McDonough forcing a submission. The ScapeGoats with the win. The ScapeGoats stealing it here in the main event tonight. That's going to do it tonight, everybody. Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Raw. Join us for a double feature tomorrow. NXT is going to come out early for everybody at 11 a.m. instead of 5 p.m. And tomorrow at 5 p.m. LS11 Taboo Tuesday. I'll be there. See you there too. Until next time, everybody, I've been Xander in that universe. Special thanks to $10 above Patreon backers JJ Gyllenhaal, Tech Nizzle, Harry Willetts, and Jeremy Burt. Patreon is the best way to support me directly, and joining you get LS11 member Nitro, Let's Play content, early access to Sanctuary videos, and more.